August 18th, August 18th, and this is the beginning of the Bridgewater Tree Committee meeting. Um, no public comment. Um, we need approval of minutes for the June 9th, 2026 meeting, and I'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Motion made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, passes. Now, um, you have the agenda. I'd like permission to take everything out of order, considering the situation we're in now, and I'll explain. Um, is that all right if I just sort of jump around here?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
First of all, the July meeting was which we did not have, was supposed to elect new officers. And I'm assuming that unless somebody wants to take a different position, we will have the same officers for now. Is that okay? Okay, I'll take the nods as a 3-0, although I'm not necessarily approving it, but I will say yes. That said, I'd like to at least talk about our future. I'm a little discouraged, not only obviously partly what's going on in the town, but also just this, we haven't been able to attract new people. Steve couldn't make it. Nicole emailed me, she's in a meeting, she can't make it either. And she's concerned about her availability in terms of future meetings. I don't know what to do. I think we're sort of treading water in this meeting, and I'd love to be able to at least, as a tree committee, obviously keep it going, but at least have some sort of accomplishments. And so maybe we have to, I'm just throwing this out to you. Maybe we just have to think about what can we do in the short term that shows that we have made some progress, even though what we'd like to do is simply out of our ability right now. I don't know if you ever thought about it, but it's bothersome to me where we're at right now. Any thoughts? Anybody?
Well, I know Nicole is a valuable member of this committee. It would be unfortunate if she isn't able to continue.
Yeah, she's concerned, and I'll put it that way. And she's you're not just valuable, I think she's invaluable to this committee. I mean,
That's right.
and we need more people like her. And obviously Brian is too, but he's not an he's not a
Voting
voting
member. Right.
member. Yeah. I don't know what to do. We need new people, and the problem is, at least part of the problem is, now that the town is in disarray with regard to the town manager, we have even more of a problem in terms of getting things done, I think.
Right.
I asked Josh to check on the status of the mitigation ordinance and the chapter 290 tree shade ordinance, which has been in progress for almost 2 years. And he was going to, but obviously that's on hold right now. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in terms of town manager's office. So I don't know where we're at. I have things on the agenda here. Um, one of the main things that Brian can come back on. He's important because the the subcommittee of the council, I'm not sure what it's called, had a meeting a couple weeks ago on the common. And they asked that Brian be in attendance. I I totally mixed up my calendar. I didn't go. Brian did. And I think the main thing I'd like to hear today is his report on what transpired. I don't know.
Who had the meeting, Ray?
The council has a subcommittee that
Oh,
is dealing with the common.
downtown revitalization.
I'm not sure what it's called, but I think it's simply the common that it encompasses the trees, the signage, a number of things just on the
Right.
common itself.
Right, yeah.
And I was hoping that Brian, he was here, he comes again. Brian, you there? Brian, can you hear us? You're muted, Brian, if you can hear us.
Ryan, you're on mute. There you go.
There you go. Brian, can you hear us now? Brian? Are you there, Brian? He's going. Ah, there he
There you
is.
go.
You're on mute, Brian. You're on mute.
I'm
He's
hearing
in the
you.
car. Can you hear us, Brian?
I'm hearing you. That's the handy dandy Zoom bait for this.
Brian?
I'm trying to fill that out.
You know, his presence is really important. Um, I was going to suggest later that it's the 18th now. This is a week later than we normally have a meeting. The next scheduled meeting for the tree committee is in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
On the
It is?
first,
Hmm.
no, wait a minute. It's in 3 weeks.
It's the what?
It's the next scheduled meeting of the tree committee.
Oh, the 14th of September?
It's the 7th of September, I believe.
Oh, Labor Day?
It's Tuesday. Maybe it's the well, anyway, it's 3 weeks away. I was hoping that
Okay.
we can come up with some definitive things we want to accomplish and get it done at the next meeting.
Hmm.
Did you all see the agenda?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything on the agenda um, that we feel we could deal with now? The Broad Street trees, we need Brian. The tree mitigation, obviously that's out now. Grants, that's Nicole and Brian, that's out of the question right now. It looks like, well, Brian did send something out. We need his input. Tree planting for the spring and fall is critical in my mind. We've got to come up with something. How do you want to proceed, folks? I'm not sure what we can do right now without Brian. Any thoughts?
Well, there's so much to be discussed about where we're going to plant trees. I mean, if we're looking at trying to get grants to do that down Broad Street, I'm just not sure.
I don't think we can even discuss planting trees without Brian
Hmm.
here. Remember, we do have money. We have some money to do some planning, and I think whether we have a grant or not, we've got to do some planting in the fall. It's just critical. I don't see how we can be a tree committee and not do some planting.
Well, there again, we need Brian to tell us
I know.
how, if it's just empty spots that we're going to be replanting or taking down trees to replant. I don't know. We may have to move on to other items on the agenda.
Well, obviously, but I'm not sure we can do. Josh, are you aware they adopt a tree program? Did you anything on that?
There hasn't really been any, oh, Brian's joining in. Hold on a second.
Here's Brian again.
Brian, you're
Brian,
still,
he's in a car. I think he's having problems.
Hello, can you hear me?
Now I
Yes.
can hear you. Yeah. Are you there?
That's the handy dandy Zoom mate doing that. New addition to Zoom. It makes it impossible to use.
What new edition?
I've found that they have different types of sign-ons.
Can you hear us now, Brian?
Yes, I'm with you now. Thank you. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Software glitch.
Okay, could you give us the first thing, can you give us an update on the meeting you had with the council, council?
Yeah, we had a nice meeting. I just discussed generally what we've been discussing in committee. What my opinion was of the trees on the common. Um, the progress on the beech trees, the issue there. And then that I thought that we should do some work along Broad Street. And actually, I just sent all you guys a link of I just did a survey of the trees there with editorial comments on them about their specific conditions.
Yeah, I saw
Uh,
that.
so we can take a look at that. I also sent you all, we had discussed in our last meeting that I would research grants for you. I've sent a copy of that. That was an AI search. Really didn't yield anything new. And I'm waiting to hear back from Julie Coop about availability of grants for next year. But
Okay, okay, Brian?
yes,
Okay, is there any issue from when you were with the committee regarding us planting trees on the common now?
not that I knew of. I think they're totally behind that. Might even have some funding for it. That was my impression.
Okay, and based on your recommendation, how many trees should we plant in the common?
I'd like to plant a linden tree to replace each one of those beech trees. That's what
How,
I'd recommend to do now.
how many?
Brian,
Six. Six we
Brian,
planted. Yes, yes,
when
Okay.
we
Shirley.
walked around the common and you mentioned that we're going to need to replace all of those beech trees, didn't we say that we would do it in stages and we'd take the worst out first and then see what comes next? In other words, we wouldn't desecrate the common by removing all those beech trees at one time.
I wouldn't remove any of them presently. They're still in fairly decent condition.
All
You can
right.
see one of them is starting to towards the town hall end is browning up, but I wouldn't remove anything yet until they're quite dead. But there's plenty of that doesn't mean we can't get replacement trees in next to them. And
Okay.
I think the time for that is as soon as we're ready.
Okay.
Now
How
would be a
many,
good time. So
how many
six.
trees you talking about, Brian?
6 2-inch caliper linden trees is what I recommend. Silver lindens.
How many?
6.
Six? Okay. Okay, and if we, roughly, what's the cost, do you think?
They're probably in line with what we paid for those cherry trees, but I can get a quote on it.
All right.
I think I might have one actually. I'll look at my files.
If we make a definitive decision at the next meeting, which is 3 weeks away, that would be
That
fine, right?
Yeah, that would be fine. That we can get them in September, October, which would be ideal.
Okay.
May I suggest also that we consider the tulip tree as a replacement for some of those beech trees? It's a fast growing, very tall, good shade, good shape. Are you familiar with the tulip tree?
Brian,
Hello?
lost him again.
Are you, Pat, familiar with the tulip tree? It
Oh,
is
Yes, definitely.
okay.
I know,
I
I know about it. But I have a question. Did we clarify the ability to do that with the BIA?
We should probably go back and check on that. And then it sounds like we don't have a consensus on the replacement trees. Anyways, I would not be in favor of tulip trees. Frankly, it's a magnolia. They get much too big. They're brittle in storms. My recommendation would be that we stay with a linden in some form or another. I think it's aesthetically it would work better. So I don't think you guys are making the decisions, but I would not recommend tulips. They're not a great street tree in general, but for that reason, too big, and they tend to break up in storms.
Okay,
They're great, be great in your backyard.
okay, we have two issues here. One, the type of tree, and two, the BIA.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Marilee Hunt was at your meeting. Did she say anything? And she's the chair of the BIA. Did she say
Um,
anything about that, Brian?
We didn't have a discussion really. They let me talk about what my opinion was on the common, what the issues that I thought were there, and what I thought along general on Broad Street, the historic area. But it was a conversation the way we do. So I think you do need to go back there and make sure that they're on board.
Right.
There was no there were no objections to what I had to say.
Did you recommend at that meeting that 6 trees be planted?
Yes.
Okay,
Same recommendation I make to you guys.
okay.
And I
Um,
also recommended that they be lindens. But we also did talk about getting landscape architect that Melissa and get opinion on everything's done there. I think that's where we need to go.
You're breaking up, Brian. Could you say that again?
Yeah,
We did discuss getting Melinda, their landscape architect, in
Yeah.
and getting her help with the design. So we have another professional opinion what the trees should be.
And what was the decision there?
That we should get Melinda.
Who gets her?
Melissa,
Melissa Desjardins.
well, they were going to reach out. They were going to reach out to her. That was my impression.
Okay.
You mean,
I think she's a friend of. I think she's an associate of Nicole's.
what's the name again?
Her first name is Melissa. I don't know her last name.
Desjardins.
Chardin, yeah.
Yeah,
She's done some work for the town before, so we have a relationship with her.
Yes.
well,
And I think that
who's gonna pay for her?
I was under the impression they were going to do that.
All right. Look at,
First
Okay.
of all, let me go back to whether the BIA is involved in this. There is a meeting of the BIA coming up on August 24. That would be the time and place to talk with the BIA about their involvement with the replacement trees on the common.
okay.
Okay, shall I attend the meeting again or
I'm not sure you have to. It would be good, but I'm not sure it's essential. Both Shirley and I are on that committee, and Pat too, I believe. We could bring that up.
Yeah.
But okay, let's just see where we're at. Okay, we're talking about planting 6 linden trees on the common. We have to decide, we have to vote at some point about whether we want linden trees, totally linden trees. Okay. 2, we need the BIA approval. So that's going to be our responsibility when we meet with the BIA, or Marilee anyway. The other thing we need to know is whether the landscape architect has been, who's going to bring her in on board. And that means, I guess, that's probably Marilee too. She chaired that subcommittee. So I can contact her. And then the other thing, from what I understand, is where's the money coming from? Is it the town, or is it us, or is it a grant, or what?
The money for what?
Planting the trees. Planting the trees. We were talking, it doesn't sound like a lot of money. By the way, Brian, are we talking about Paul planting the trees, or are we getting somebody else to do it?
no? We certainly get Paul to do it. I should think.
Okay.
One thing will save a lot of money. He does a good job.
Yeah. Okay.
With the thing we did with the cherries, we'll buy the trees and ask him to plant them.
Okay. All right, that's good. I'm glad are there any questions? It sounds like we have a plan going forward. Shirley?
I would like to suggest that perhaps the BIA share in the expense of the replacement trees on the common.
Okay, we
We
can
can
bring
bring
that up.
that up when we meet with the BIA on the 24th.
Is that
Okay.
a definite date, Shirley?
Well, that was the last date I heard, but I'm not sure it's definite.
Right, I
So
hadn't
as
heard
soon as
that.
I get a definite date, I'll send it around to you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, good. That's good. You okay with everything, Brian?
Yes, sounds great.
Okay.
The
So
timing will be good.
at the next meeting in 3 weeks, we will come up with a specific plan about planting trees. That will be our main goal. If we can do that, I'll be happy. At least we've done something. Okay?
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to get an order in and get it done.
Yeah. Okay. At our next meeting in 3 weeks, we'll decide that. Okay. Um, okay, adopt the tree program. Josh, were you going to say anything about that? Not there right now.
Yep. So I haven't really been able to follow up with Trish on that yet. I think the last we left or I talked to you guys about it is we're trying to do like a collaboration of like adopt the tree, adopt a like an island for the different islands throughout town, and just like some general sprucing up things that people
Okay.
can be.
So next meeting, we can have a little update.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and I might be able to even get Trish to come and introduce herself.
Good.
Those that haven't been had the opportunity, and maybe she can speak to it.
Okay, good. Um, going back, Brian, to Broad Street, what any decision on that? Was there any discussion on that at your meeting?
No, I just talked more generally about, how I felt it needed attention. I thought in my opinion, I think we got a lot of bang for the buck by going through that area and cleaning those trees up and doing replacements. There's a lot of missing trees there, trees that are in TLE, and because we don't have a tree pruning crew or forestry department, the only pruning and care they really get is when the utility companies butcher them.
Okay,
The ash trees that need to be
we talking
there,
about pruning and or planting?
both.
Both?
They need prunes, some need to be removed to do some planting. There's a bunch of trees that are missing there. I did that inventory this morning. I'll go back through and develop a little more and come up with a list of the number of trees that need to be replaced. And I have specific locations for everything already there in the notes. It's a rough draft.
And the
You
type,
want
yeah.
if you want more projects, I can derive it.
Hey,
Ryan,
Ryan,
who did you send your recommendations to? Because I don't believe I received them.
Send a copy of you directly, Shirley. I'm sorry. I may have missed you when I was. I don't have a collective email list for everybody. I may have missed you. I'll send it directly.
I have it. I can send it out, Brian, if you want. I got it from you.
Yeah, if you're more ready with
Okay.
especially with the list, that would be great.
Brian, are you talking about, can we do this in segments? In other words, we don't have an idea of the cost at this point, right?
No, I'll have to go back. As I say, I did that this morning, knowing that I've been fairly busy and I hadn't had a chance to look at it. I did it this morning, so I need to go back and look at it and come up with the numbers from what I saw. But I made
Would you-
notes on each location. I made a casual note. Gave it a GPS location for every tree and missing tree, and then I gave species and condition on them. So it
Fine.
goes from Main Street to the railroad tracks, both sides. Essentially,
Okay.
what I've walked with Shirley and Pat.
Can you, assuming obviously cost is important here. I mean, can you how should I put it? Break it down saying that if we do 3 or 4 trees, it costs X number of dollars. If we do 7 or 8 trees, it costs so much more. I mean, we may not be able to do everything in terms of cost. And the
Yeah,
money, go ahead.
we don't get in, there's no economy of scale. It doesn't scale up. We just, whatever we feel we have a budget for, we'll do that many. There are a lot of spots where there are just plainly missing trees. Those will be easy. We can pop something right in there. And then there are other trees that need to come down and be replaced. That'll be more complicated.
What
So we'll
about the
probably
side?
we
What
just
about the
probably just
sidewalks? Are the sidewalks an issue?
yeah, there are a number of, especially those ash trees that are dead in the sidewalk, that in the tree pit, that's going to be a problem because they need to be removed. The old stump. We lost the opportunity at the end of right in front of the Walgreens there. They where the brick was, they put in a concrete walkway without any and removed the tree pits. There's no longer any tree pits there. So we should act quickly and make sure we don't lose the same opportunity on Broad Street. Um, the the highway department will come in and pave the whole thing.
Can
I
you,
think.
Brian, can you between now and the next meeting talk to Paul and see what
Yeah.
his feeling is on this, okay? Because he's
Yes, I
critical.
will.
Okay, good. All right. So far that's good. So at the next meeting, we have two, what I think are important projects. We're going to talk about actually spending money on the common, and we're going to talk about spending money on Broad Street. Okay? All right, good. I take it, Brian, at this point, no grants. We're not going to be applying for grants until maybe later, right?
Yeah, well, the impression I got is that there's no grant money available, um, at least from the feds or the state. There was some of that um, what is it? Tree USA thing. There was some grant money from that, but that's like a private scholarship sort of a thing, right? You guys have Tree City USA, aren't you? We already
We-
have that. We
Yeah,
have that status.
yeah.
Yeah,
There are some grants available through that. If you're already qualified, you might be able to do something through that. But we won't see anything from public funding until next year, possibly.
Okay. Okay. Good. Um,
So the point is, there's no hurry on writing grants for that because nothing happened until next year, anyways.
all right.
Brian, I needed permission to open that spreadsheet. So I
I
haven't been,
went back. I'm sorry, Pat. I went back and reset the permissions after I got your note. It might open now if you try it. Hopefully, if
okay,
not,
thank,
I'm sure Ray might do a better job of distributing it.
all right, thank you.
You're asking a Ray might do a better job. Uh, anyway, I do have it. I did print it anyway, so I think I can send it out.
Okay,
All right. Website. Um, where are we on that? Did we do anything, Josh? Remember on that? I think we talked about it.
I do remember that. So everybody was supposed to get me their ideas for edits, and then we'd
Yeah,
go over
we
them.
didn't do that.
I don't think I've gotten anything yet.
Yeah. All right. So
Uh,
why don't we
I
all think about that and then send Josh some ideas that we want on the website.
well, I have one.
Yep.
I have one right now, and that would be a link to the UMass Extension landscape message.
Yes.
Yeah, the UMass Extension landscape message. They have a landscape message that has fact sheets and the almost weekly status reports on what's going on. It covers Bridgewater. I used to be a contributor. It's a great resource for anybody that's landscaping or interested in gardening. So you can I'm sure you can just put a hyperlink on the site for it.
that's
Okay.
good.
So we actually, just to refresh my memory, we haven't actually decided of anything on the website, correct? At this point, Nothing definitive.
No, it's just a general description of the committee and the members and things like that.
Did you send that out to us, Josh?
There's
I
nothing to
don't think
send
that,
out.
yeah, there wasn't anything to really send out. I was looking for ideas from everybody.
Yeah, there's nothing to send out yet, Shirley.
Yeah. So
Uh,
what we're going to do, Shirley, is we're going to get everybody's ideas. I was going to put them together, and then we were going to take some time during the meeting to go over what everybody thought would be the most beneficial to have on the website.
Okay.
So
all right.
like Brian's link, things like that, anything you guys can come across. If you want to use some of the other pages as examples or other towns pages, just when you email me, just make sure to send attach the correct links. That way I can make sure that the whole committee's seeing it. And then we can get those changes implemented pretty easily.
Great,
I think
I'll send you that link, Josh, so you know, I have
Okay.
to go find
Appreciate
it.
it, Brian.
I
The
came
last
across an article in the Globe about a town in Quebec, Canada, that has adopted a tree program where they are making trees or the value of trees comparable to the value of animals. And I will send a copy of this to Ray and ask you, Ray, if you could distribute it to everybody on the committee. I
Sure.
think it might be something that we can put our arms around and get us into a program that might be long range in terms of developing the importance of trees and how can and where can we find places to put them.
Okay, will do, Shirley.
Okay.
The last thing I have is the tree seedling giveaway in the fall. I have no idea where we're at. We
I
moving
think
on
that,
that?
I think that died in the last meeting. The, the, the tree seedlings that, Nicole had, talked about were only available in the spring. And,
Okay,
but I think that is a great project for us. We'll work on that this winter for, spring thing.
okay, good. All right. I have nothing else. What about anybody want to bring anything up? Okay, let me review this. I think we've actually moved forward and on some important issues. Correct me if I'm wrong. At the next meeting, we're going to decide on the trees for the common. And that means both variety and BIA approval of those trees. Plus, we want the landscape architect to look at things, and we have to decide on where the money's coming from, right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay, second in terms of importance in my mind is Broad Street. And Brian will talk to Paul about working on Broad Street. We have to again decide on where, what trees, and how much is it going to cost and where the money's going to come from. That will be on another main point on the agenda, correct?
Right.
Okay. Third, we are supposed to send Josh ideas for the website, so we can talk about that at the next meeting. The seedling giveaways in the fall. Adopt a tree program. Josh will look into it for the next meeting. What am I missing? Anybody?
The increase of the size of the tree of the committee.
Yeah, I have that on the agenda, Shirley. Right now, I just want to keep this committee together. And I think a lot of it is going to depend on what happens with the town manager in the future. So I'd like to just put that on hold until the next meeting. We need more people. We need younger people. And right now, I'm just hoping we can keep this together. Nicole is spaced out. if she goes, it would be trouble for us. So I think we should look into possibly if we can get anybody to help. I mean, I think all committees are having trouble, but we're in dire straits, I think. Yeah, Shirley.
I think you said all committees are having the same problem. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't go to the town council and ask for help in terms of how we can advertise our committees and how we can encourage people to join us. And maybe it's an all-town meeting of people who might be interested in working on committees in the town where each committee can talk about what it does and see if we can draw some new members out of a large committee meeting or a large group meeting.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Shirley. It's just that I'm not sure. This normally would go through the town manager, not the council. Town manager is a strong town manager, and he would set it up. And we could bring it up with the council, I suppose, but I'm not sure what they would, if they can do anything. It's really the town manager.
You're
And,
right. Yeah.
I think if we don't know where this whole thing is going, but we may have to try to work out a relationship with the interim, the assistant town manager right
The
now.
assistant, right.
Yeah. Does anybody know her name? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. If there's nothing else, anybody? I'll take a motion to adjourn and we'll meet
Are
in
we
3
gonna
weeks.
meet online next meeting, or are we gonna have a face-to-face?
I'm always in favor of face-to-face, but if we want Nicole at all, it's got to be online.
Well, if she's not here and she hasn't been for several meetings, we could do a face-to-face, right? If
Well,
she could tell us ahead of time whether she would be able to make it or not.
I will ask her, but sometimes she doesn't know until the last minute whether she can make a meeting or not. She did make one face-to-face meeting we had, I believe. And she was going to make this meeting, other than the fact that a meeting was called at work and she had to go to. So
I have no problem with meeting in an early evening, like a 6:30 or 7 o'clock meeting. 2 o'clock may be difficult for everybody, or for her at least, and other people who are working. Maybe time would be a factor.
I'll ask
Right.
her. I'll
Yeah.
ask her, Shirley. I'll ask her.
Okay.
But I think we have to abide by her schedule, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
thinking also of the future. If we're going to invite more people to be on our committee, maybe we have to consider the fact that these might be people who are young enough to be in the workforce and not able to make a 2 o'clock meeting.
Well, the only reason we're having a 2 o'clock meeting is because of Nicole. That was the only time she felt she was available. So obviously you're right. I mean, if Nicole leaves and we get more people, then we probably would go to a night meeting like everybody else does. You know, that's in the future.
So
Okay.
technically, how many vacancies do we have on this committee?
We have no vacancies right now.
Okay.
But if we had some young, good people that were willing to work, I don't know about both of you, but I'd be willing to resign to get them on board. Because I think this committee is necessary, and I think it's for young people if they get involved. So
Well, you can't resign, right?
you wanna, well, I wouldn't bet on that.
You're the one that's running the show.
Yeah, I don't know, Pat. I don't know. I don't know. Age is creeping. Have you noticed that there's been complaints about Congress as being that the old people in Congress are clamping down and doing things their way. The same thing I read about the General Court in Massachusetts. Same thing about it's held by old people. And they're keeping young people from coming up through the ranks. But we're the opposite. We're old, but we're not keeping people from coming up. They're not there.
Not
Oh.
intentionally.
All right. I'll take a motion to resign to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Motion made. Is there a second? Second. Okay. All in favor of adjourning the meeting, say aye.
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 Okay. That's it. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Josh.
Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
have a good night, or
Bye-bye.
good afternoon.
Bye now.